Hey, we back for more Ace Attorney. Yippee! 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 We're now finally freaking doing, oh, that's the museum. Last time we finished Duel of Destinies. Got this cool art here too for completing it. So hold on, you can't see everyone here. If I go to the museum, where would the thing be? It'd be here. Oh, I'm covering up like the elephant. Let me see if I can. There it is. Okay. You can see like a lot of characters here. Heck yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for like Ace Attorney Smash Bros. Love this so much. Also this. I love this so much. This is so cool. Dun, 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 dun. We're gonna look at rest of them. I didn't do any of the costumes here. Maybe I should have. I know, like... Oh, wait. Let me go look at something real quick. But we finally doing Spirit of Justice. Which, oh my god, there's this... Let's see the costumes. Oh my. Why? Why? School days. Trebian. Why in the world are these a thing? Okay. Let's do a new game. Okay. Let's get right into it.
On the western edge of the Far East, lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery, the kingdom of Wright. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Episode 1, The Foreign Turnabout. Ooh. Hearing crying, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm, and priestess can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother, fear only the impurities of your soul. Oh, frick. Who the frick are you? This blight on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. So we found a murderer who looks like Jesus. Like, oh, look at this! I'm finally here. So this is the kingdom of Karain, huh? Karain. What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Just look at it. Oh. Halo of the street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. Whoa. And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Tourist. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest on its head. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. Oops, hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you? That's right. Frig. Point at the freaking Google Translator, or else I'm gonna have a stroke here. God dang. Okay, cool. Switch this around. What the? I'll be your good? You're good? Yeah? I don't know, man. So I'll be your good at your service. I'm a monk in training at the temple, and and I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Haparaki? Haparaki. Happy what now? Haparaki. That's how we greet people here in Corinne. It's like hello or how do you do? It's pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Haparaki. My name is Phoenix Wright, like we just established like a second ago. And I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now I'm just a traveler, stranger in a strange land. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the King of Crime, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you, to celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Chinese sweet bun. It's called a magatama man, or soul bun. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right into the Twilight Realm. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. But thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That'll be 20 damas? Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more. Oh! No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. Maya! She can't come to see you for a few days yet. Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. This is my first time in the country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Ah, shucks, she said that? That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit too. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That girl worries too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights that this country has to offer. Thanks, that would be great. I guess I'll be how do I freaking forget his name? I'll be Hello, Sebastian. Guess Albie takes his job very seriously. Well, what are we waiting for? The sights are going to see themselves. Yikes, you don't have to shove. First stop. Temple, right here in the center of town. There's something here there I really want to show you. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? This is a really cool temple. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Christianism and Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. I read that people of this country are all adherents of Christianism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which essential spirits are venerated. I can't speak. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with her ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. The main thing I want to see is when you come to the temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the song ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls and... Albie! Albie, calm down! I just had, like, a pizza and I, like, drew a little bit today. Nothing really. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all that at once. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. Let's see, I guess I just explained about half what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? Hope that counts as patience training. And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh, that doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Tried to, like, draw the Ace Attorney characters. I tried to draw Phoenix again, because, like, last time I did, it was a little bad. And I just had pepperoni pizza, and I think pineapple belongs on pizza. Well, I never tried it, so I wouldn't know. It is a weird, like, kind of pizza topping. But if some people like it, then eh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. It has been over 8 years. Oh. Oh no! What's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry to the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the song of ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go. But why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's dance of devotion. Her benevolence.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
What the actual... Bruh, what the frick? Let me in! Why would you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you my friend is on trial in there! The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday. Arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. I guess there's only one thing to do. I'm crying! It's like the first freaking thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna lie to this freaking guy. What the? Oh my god. I'm a freaking lawyer. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom, right? Wait! Get back here, you! Yo! So this is Karani's courtroom. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The divination science has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Guilty. What? A verdict already? But the trial's only just started. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Science is performed by Princess Raifa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't. Oi! Pain? Oi! Mother freaker! What are you doing here? I'm gonna beat him up. What the actual? Isn't it ironic that you, a devoted adherent of Koreanism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers would only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain. I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But what in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination science, whatever the frick. What is Alby's attorney doing? Wait a minute. Where is Alby's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Down the divination science is tantamount to down the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as royal priestess in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Urdira Karine. Oh, jeez.
Objection!
What? Wait just one moment. You're... me and my big mouth. Now what? Mr. Wright? What are you doing here, sir? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me, who on earth are you? I'm, well... an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through. Don't back down now! Tourist are you? Haparaki. But more importantly, where's this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney. Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Karine. Believe it all to her benevolence, sacred powers of spirit communion. Her divination sciences determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is! What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon! If you value your life, you will leave post-haste, or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. Now hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. Albie. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya. But forget about me, you have to go now! I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. but it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry. The poor kid, he's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? No, we go and freaking defend Albie. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious. Did you hear that? He's out of his mind. Heavens forbid. Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? You can't do that. I most certainly can. Don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out! Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Mr. Payne. Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Right. Mr. whoever you are. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? What the fudge? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty, and yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to bestay! What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? I'm gonna beat the heck out of you, Payne. A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. Weren't some of the... I don't even know how long. Weren't some of those years when you weren't an attorney for a bit? Guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in this manner of my old country? But Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I'm more eager to give it a try. I have a previous engagement, you see, a class together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? Mr. Payne, I want that barb's head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see it to myself. Why is he a Chief Prosecutor? Very well, Mr. Payne, if that's what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you're prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. I'm not. That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. You're putting a lot on there, man. Did you freaking come here because of Edgeworth, like, taking your freaking... docking your pay or whatever? Did you get fired? And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very courtroom of law. Dude, there's no other defense attorney, so then, like, you just freaking win by default. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch, the defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor, to crush the defense devil. This is way more lawyer hate than even back at home. I wonder what happened. Want some popcorn? That'd be great. Now, if you would please give your opening arguments once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Patrol, Temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. What in the world? Bloody hand. There's a scroll there. Wait. To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifying, bold act. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence to the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Okay. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually. We may rely on the power of the sciences, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking in the court record E. I was literally about to, look. I was literally wanting to, look, and I was like, oh, why isn't that working? My all-important badge, proof of my profession. Okay. Oh, I'll be... You're 9? Dude. A prosecutor from back home, though what's he doing here as crime's chief prosecutor is beyond me. The victim in this case, he guarded the treasure room and was killed by the thief who stole it. When Dragon and Tiger battle, the Founder offers divine protection. When then the Firefly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Ah. Time of death, okay. Cause of death, cerebral contusion, wait, whatever, from head injury. Okay, so blunt force object hit his freaking head. He also has blood in his hands. Don't know if that's because of something else. His holster is unlatched, so... We'll see how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you ever ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the Mitama of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure. I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. That's like Mystic Amy. You don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irrelevance is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, or Your Majesty, what is it now? This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, your defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry with me, and are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year. For a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. Okay. I did it, sorry. Well. I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of the historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. Is that it? The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help his family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume. What? No, I do have questions. Even more, but you just asked a bunch. We'll make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. You're gonna miss your freaking class. Frick this. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask how now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? Okay, well, we know crime scene. Oh, maybe the weapon? Let's ask about the weapon. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. Okay, that gives me an idea. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it. How utterly reprehensible using the sacred treasure box for murder. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure, climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had came to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloody housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Murder weapon, off limits to the public. Okay. The defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your talent is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused. Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you I have plans to attend to, and I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What do you mean, what do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of process, but I can't quite recall. And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Can you shut up, Payne? Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Payness. Very well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife to apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. Accused, state your name and occupation again if you would. I'll be Urgade. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too. Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right, let's do that then. At the defense attorney's instance, I might add... He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick if you please. The defense... Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right. You tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. I give back that Magata man I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gone into you? Don't talk to me. You disgust me. Now even Albie's against me. But why? Is this like the whole thing with like some freaking defense guy was just like, I present like forged evidence or whatever. It's the dark age of the law still around in this stinking country. This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. Alright. I'll be... Witness testimony. Ooh! That was cool. I didn't kill Mr. Roll and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go in anywhere near the treasure room. I never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. I should be a lawyer in real life? Nah, I think I'd suck at it. Were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know. I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give that up and go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard, but at least that way he could still stay on that temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. It sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard to make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Vince, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. I can't speak. But Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long I don't really recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is? What fresh heck is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on the cross-examination? No! Like, frick you, man. I'm done with this. I better save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. I'll just have to watch and see how it's done. Watch and learn, man. Yo! Okay. Now this is my practice. If I keep, like, butchering my words and whatnot, I think I get, like, my client guilty as heck. Cause I wouldn't know what I'm saying. Oh, the health bar is, like, spirit things. Oh, that's cool.
Hold it!
I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie. You do, but you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. Now, there's no need for that. But he's right. Lawyers always claim their clients as innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't lump me into with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything. I didn't kill anybody. Oh my god, this poor kid.
Hold it!
You're not allowed to go near the treasure room. Why is that? It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room. Just like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only a royal family may lay eyes on it. Did Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind? I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never even been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You've gotta believe me. This poor kid. No, oh, wait. I've never even seen that treasure box with a green Chinese butterfly on it. Wait. That's, okay. That's in a very particular spot.
Objection!
Okay. Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right? That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how'd you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article. It's black and white. Nope, take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures. Hold on, his bag, did it just move? Polokuna? Kunka? What? What did you just... I'm having a stroke. What the okay, hold on. I'm probably not gonna say this. Polokunka? Polokunka. What the frick does that mean? I beg your pardon? Polokunka is a word in Koreanese that the people use when they're surprised. You're just exposed to lies, so it's just the power of cross-examination, is it? Today's not the day. I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. There's something in there. Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. Oh, shut up, Kane. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't.
Objection!
Objection! That freaking... That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does. This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll. What? Oh no! Where is it? It's not here! I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. Dude, what the... Ah, frick. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, it moved. Yeah. I was showing I was showing someone a thing. I was showing my brother gasp in pain. Like, look at him now. He has a crown. No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident. Bruh. So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself. Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty. He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How is any of that supposed to help the accused? See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with. No, everything's going all wrong. Shadow, what do I do? As I suspected, this cross-examination statue was severed, no purpose whatsoever. Served, what severed? No, you're wrong. Armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. And I guess I'll just have to poke holes into this insight of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. With just one moment, Your Majesty, I haven't seen this divination science for myself yet, and as the defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess she really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the science. You do, and why is that, Mr. Payne? Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the science. I can't speak. And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy. Well now, I'm sure it'll make up for the not getting to go to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound worth seeing, and it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination science performed again. And then right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. You wanna go? There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Raifa Padma. Crine, thank you for coming all this way once again. Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes? I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination science. It would seem that the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignoring the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts unfounded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lacked impartially. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything, ignorant outsider? He won't stand for it. He must be punished. Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Silence, one and all! Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Oh well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worthy troubling yourselves over. Oh, frick. Wait, hold on. Someone in the crowd said to say, oh my, yeah, no. I'm really curious, like, what freaking defense attorney did they have, like, 20 freaking years ago? Like, I freaking hate defense attorneys. It's just like the whole Dark Age of the Law we had to go through. Like, last time. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Doesn't mean, don't point fingers at me. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. Why did my phone go off? Now then, your benevolence to divination science, if you would. Certainly. Nina, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Holy frig, voice acting!
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
I want to say my boy's voice. What the heck? Pain. What the? What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. Divination science has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her powers of spirit communion. to project the victim's memories to the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced. In the victim's memories, you see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Now do you see why I'm the incredible pain? More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most certainly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Capability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Capability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No? Look, I'm a freaking foreigner. Give me a break here, man. What's with all the hubbub? Well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Capability Act to him. Yes, I think I'd better. Defense Capability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? Also, I just need to look. How old is... You're 14? Ma'am! You are okay. Cool. Okay. Under the DC Act, many attorneys have been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Exterminate! Annihilate! Oh my god! I never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? Yeah, laugh it up, Pain. I'm gonna freaking kick your butt after this. You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the science and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foolish foothills of Karine. Thanks to my lucky stars, I am chief prosecutor here now. Defense? No. Now that if I rule that the accused is guilty, he will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Defend me, Mr. Wright! What are you saying? You can't do that! Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life. I believe that the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. What the actual? No! The death penalty? No way! You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? I wish he was. Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life in your dark, tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening. The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my science prove the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more, are you sure you still want to defend the accused? There's my to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. If I get killed, if Phoenix gets killed, he could just like go to Maya like, hey, this freaking court system sucks. I need you to freaking like avenge me. What in the world should I do? I'm gonna continue with the freaking defense. Break this. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Oh! To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Frick you! Frick you! Even if it means being subjected to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie! Frick you! What? But Mr. Wright! Oh! The defendant says he's innocent, and not even the divination science should be accepted without examination. I didn't freaking say that again. Ah, frick, wait. Polkunka! But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars, so I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Ha! Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out.
That's enough!
Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. Break you! Not a wise move. I freaking, like, I faced death before. I gotta move my PNG tuber a bit. Ah. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. When you have made your choice, the Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. No one! The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages of voice. One was wrong one time. Have you heard about the DL6 incident that I freaking had to... You think my insights contain falsehood? I challenge you to prove it! Insight. The accused swung whatever he was holding down the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, defense. Did you notice the words that appear in the science vision? Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears to be in the vision as words, right? Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the science vision, your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the science vision again. Very well. Incense. Song of Harmony. Ceremony. Boys 4. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? Q swung whenever he was holding down the victim's head. First, I'll use A and D to make my way to insight that seems off. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare this insight to the science vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select R with it. This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now, just like the sensation I think is inconsistent, and then present R with it. Sound.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes, what is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between that morning afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement. I see. So what the victim heard was the practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, your majesty. It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? but to broadcast the sacred music to the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the science vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. It makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us? Very well. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the science vision going. I'll try using pause Z to temporarily stop the vision. There, I paused the vision. I think I can use M and B to jump to different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Talma mark to the flashing red panel there. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Okay, now that I know how to get around in the science visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the visions. Wait, what? What did I just do? With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Dude. This is so weird. Okay. Okay. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Okay. I think... Wait, touch. Oh, wait.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black, and then only after that the victim feels pain. Inconceivable! This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My words! Falkunka, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy? Fallacy? I don't know. If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And that would be... On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must have been why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Or rather, you knew it all along, and you're only letting it slip now that's convenient, Payne. The power outage knocked out both the lights and speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there, wasn't there? Well, now, that explains everything, does it not? What do you mean, your benevolence? This dude's face! Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. I see, that makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depths of your insights is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Well done. Long may you live and prosper. Yeah, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You falter me. Flatter me. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information... Yes, of course. I will alter my insight. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info, and with new info comes a change to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights of the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Wait, the song started with the victim heard was practice run through the temple speak. Wait, but... if it blacked out, like, let me save real quick. Before I, like, jump the gun. Frick it up. Okay. If the song ceremony was If the blackout had occurred, then wouldn't we not hear this anymore?
Objection!
We wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to the adherents of Cryanism. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey. I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh! This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Rawl heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible! What are you saying? The song we heard was coming directly from the performance hall. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right, the song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall. What? You can't be serious. There's a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence in the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. What? No. This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights. Unbelievable. He not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupted lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind. But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The science vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie. I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why the accused had his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it. Of course I can back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something. Do I have anything? What have I not? Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, will be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. Oh, wait. You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim. I'm scared. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue of shears. Chop, chop. Chop, chop? Guess let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop. Stop, stop. I hear that Lion Loris has several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. These people are crazy, bro. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? So that's why. The reason the defendant has hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. Why explains why Albie has hands raised above his head? The gun.
Take that!
As in the science vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Are you saying? The victim was a security guard and an armed one at that. The defense proposed that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, and that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Polkunka! Ah, frick, she's dead. Ah, frick! Ah, we're so going to jail. Because we made her benevolence pass out. Who would have thought the science vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that Lord Devil go against her benevolence? He's not better than that traitorous snake, Durkay. Traitorous snake? Durkay? Who's that? No, I can't believe it. Contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for less majesty. What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. These people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate him. Jesus Christ. Peace, give me peace. I said peace. Now everyone, please calm down. Huh? Is he... Your Majesty, please assign this black-haired attorney a suitable punishment. No, I can't charge him with less majesty. What? What? But why not, Your Majesty? You're simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. We can't end the trial now, not when we just learned new information about the case. What? Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction. Truly, it is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. With his life on the line, the defense pointed out inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to satisfaction of the law. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is as strong as ever. I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, Your Benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not. Oh my god, the judge is on our side for once? At least to an extent? Question mark? Holy frick. Dude's on our side for once. My god. Oh my god, I hate this so much. What? I'll have you know, Your Benevolence. Please acquiesce in this, Your Benevolence. If looks could kill, I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. Admit defeat. I won't. Rayla, please see her benevolence out. Your Metalma will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right out of your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you in a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then... I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Now then, defense, Mr. Light, was it? That's right, Your Majesty, Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Maybe now we could finally run a real trial. Arguments, Your Majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead. The frick you mean? What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor. Well, I'm not part of this freaking lawless land, so frick you. I ain't calling you Chief. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. Defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh, indeed, because the accused was about to commit a theft. Frick you! It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. Doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Guess I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. Oh my god, bro. A hand truck of moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. And after that, all that hard work could knock those insights. Back in the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, you have a rebuttal. I'm drawing to a total blank here. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I ask you a question, defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing I can do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me that they're bad people who dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie. So, that's why I lied, to try and save myself. I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too! What? Allow me to explain! Now we're talking! Time to finally get to the bottom of things. To be honest, I went to the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it. Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right, it's covered in a special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It really is a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only he applied such a passion to telling me the truth earlier. It glows. Okay. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again when I ran to Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the science vision. No, they were the great stairs that connect to the hallway. Makes sense, the visions wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech, one that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
It's possible that the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? Shadow, what do I do, Shadow? And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then just after that, he ran into the accused, albeit Ergade. Ergade, I don't know. I can't freaking remember his last name. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. Oh! What the? What the heck? What? What now? Oh, it's a doggo! Hello! Oh, you're Shadow! Hey, Shadow! Down, boy! Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. Oh my god! You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move. Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him? What the fudge? Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon. You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? I mean, if you're making that suggestion, I might as well. Your Majesty. Not your honor. Hold on. I need the screenshot. Hold on. I'm so done. So you've heard of my endeavors before, how I cross-examined the orca and cross-examined the freaking parrot. Of course, Your Majesty. Not this time anyway. I wanted to. Well, I'm glad to hear that. If I have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there, I want to question all y'all's sanity for a minute, but like I can't. I think I'd better reassess my strategy fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at the time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly. I mean, who but the accused standing front and center could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? What? I can't. I can save here. I'm so done. Okay. This chamber performance. Okay, couldn't have been there, but wait. The gardener will be tight and security, therefore the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's devotion. La la la. Can be storeroom. Yeah? I don't know. But the defendant standing in front of the victim. Oh yeah, someone could have hit him from behind, yeah. Isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Well, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good, now at least I have some breathing room. Who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit. Naturally, the one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit. And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that. I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared and made his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. And you're gonna gasp in pain once I'm through with you, man. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran to Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area? I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the end of that hallway. I see. Swing and a miss. What's up, Shadow? Oh, Shadow said that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? I'm not playing around. Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person, but that doesn't mean the true culprit could have been there in the hallway. Couldn't act. Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness. What? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Calling an eyewitness to the stand, It's been decades since that's happened. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. What'd freak you, then? Good, sir. That was a low blow. Get him, Shadow! By his freaking ankles! Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring that witness to the stand. You had this plan from the start. Who's this eyewitness? Let me see him. Holy frick, it's Jesus Christ! Witness, please state your name and occupation. Good sir, I don't know how to... What? Has Lubin understand... Then? I'm having a stroke with your name, good sir. How the frick do you pronounce that? Hold on. Lubin understanding. Lubin understanding is the name. And I'm like Temple's head monk. You dig? Yeah, you freaking hippie? Are you a hippie and also Jesus? Word. Oh, if it is an instructor, understand then. You're the eyewitness. Instructor. Not only is Mr. Anderson Temple's head... I'm gonna call you Andesite. Cause freaking, I can't say it. Temple's head monk. He's also renowned, Damalon expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalon? Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader, my one and only My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard those sultry sounds once before, brother. When Oh. Dragon and tiger. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The song of ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The song of ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my gamelan serve as my offering to you. Wonderful, a great performance as always. This is my thing, you know? My bag, I make instruments speak. Speak, mate. We're not having another freaking clavier. No, frick you. I already know you're the murderer. By the by, Magistrate Pops. No gamelan class today? I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a gamelan lesson. Well, you know what they say. Never trust the lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thanks for your cooperation, Mr. Andesite. I'm calling you Andesite. Frick you. As the treasurer's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. You're the keeper? Yeah, man. That was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Ansandin. Wait. Are you saying understand? Ah, freaking. Why did I just get that? What? Peslubin? Peslubin understand. It's something understanding, and I swear to God. I'm going to look it up later to see if I'm, like, thinking right. You're 36. Okay. That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. Did you kiss it? You're not keeping it on me at all times, you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know it. It's called the Magatama key. It's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at temple to temple. The Magatama key, huh? So, but how'd you get it back, if I may ask? And now someone's jacked the treasure. On my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Because it ain't an Ace Attorney game without one. Mr. Understandin, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room. You know it. Best believe I scooped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course, I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing, and not for the truth I swear to bring. Hit me. I'm not freaking doing this. I'm not doing this. Alright. after the morning dance of devotion. To go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Are you singing? Even clever than it. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone to the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other man of enroll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. What the f- Tell me I was hallucinating just now? I wish. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Understandin'? What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to rest the breaker and give power back to the people. Circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? The breakers are in the first floor hallway, in front of the storeroom. Oh wait, that's someone else. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harsh to my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man! There was a poor Mr. Roll dead as a doornail. In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion, the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Anderson's unassailable account is what led to the accused's arrest. Hold it! Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was. Would you like some proof? How's to this? A photo of the morning's dance of devotion taken by a tourist. That's a wacky guitar you got there, man. My, what graceful dancing. You can almost hear the sound of the Mr. Anderson's gamelan now. Paint's right. There's Mr. Roll on duty. But his face was covered up mostly. Never underestimate the incredible pain. So in addition to Wright's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Oh my god. As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it? I should have taught Albie better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk, understanding I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod. Hey. Spoil the child, not maybe. I'm gonna kick your butt. Her Holiness is a magnanimous son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first? Defense, please begin your cross-examination. Okay.
Hold it!
have a question. Lay on me, man. How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Pestilent and Understanding? I was really enjoying that. Sorry, but you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on. What's so funny about Pestilent Understanding? Understanding. You had a question for me, brother. You were playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you? You know it. I was playing my beautiful girl right here, this Damelon. In offering to Her Holiness, I play the music and the singers sing the song of ceremony. Mr. Understanding's playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please Her Holiness greatly. Now then, could you continue with your testimony, Mr. Understanding? For the Holy Mother kept on trucking. This Damelon still needs some plucking.
Hold it!
Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber's on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Understanding's chamber. Give Pestilent a chance. What? Wait, oh wait, plot. No, I don't want to present, I just... Wait, your plot, wait. It's supposed to be a joke on plausible understanding or something. Passable, oh my god, it's passable understand. Ah, the names are good.
Hold it!
Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside. Temple is a groovy old building, built from Mother Nature's finest. Don't kiss it. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And that's how Mr. Understanding could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection. Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. You are a one-hit wonder, my man.
Hold it!
How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie's practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes. You saw him? In the treasure room. As you can believe. My peepers peeped a sneaky sneak Albie. And tell us where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would. Why is everyone singing? When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. From my window I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add the statement to his testimony? Maybe. Could you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding? You got it, brother. Okay. Through the window, I did spy little Albie with my own eye. Wait. Okay, you're gonna... Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, will be tight security throughout. Therefore, all hallway shutters... Oh, wait. Oh, the oh, they're talking about the windows. I was like, what the frick are they talking about? Shutters and then, like, the windows.
Objection!
There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding. My music is off. I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz? Soul? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all? Nah, lying ain't my thing. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? What of it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for the day's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone go into the treasure room through those shutters. He's panicking. Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way! I didn't believe it, man! If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notes for yourself? The freaking music with him stringing his guitar and like the music playing right now, it's just overlapping at times. Let's see. Something, something, well, something, for something, something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot on reading Chinese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as a head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how does someone who's only been here 6 months become a head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Koreanism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or was it the fact that there was no lawyers here that spoke to you, I don't know, how is there a prosecutor here when there's no defense? It doesn't make any sense. Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teachings spoke to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Payne has another brother? Dang. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism, but could Addison and Understanding have had ulterior motive before becoming a believer too? Mr. Understanding, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, but chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else? Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting about now? According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well, do you have a theory defense? Do you know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down to the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposed this is the only place he could have seen Albie go down that hall. They're at the foot of the stairs, man. Or somewhere around here.
Take that!
Mr. Understanding, you were here, weren't you? What you're saying, Mr. Defense, doesn't make an honest lick of sense. Ah, I forgot to save. Huh? Well, frick me. According to the assertions yourself made earlier, had the witness been standing there, he wouldn't have been able to see the accused. Oh, yeah. I'll take that. Wasting time so contemptuously, I believe the defense deserves a penalty. Yeah, Pops, I agree most readily. No, I'll take that. I'll take that. It was funny. So not groovy. Okay. Now I'm gonna save before I start freaking. I'll take that. He was here. Wait.
Take that!
There, but you just suggested earlier that that's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Understanding could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Understanding of being the true culprit of this case? Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there is a strong possibility that this witness is the murderer.
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful! First you criticize her benevolence and insight, now you accuse the head monk of murder!
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture. And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Alibi used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right, and what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure. What? What? You joshing me, man. The key of the treasure box has been passed down from the head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious! Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court, so clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that not speak but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question.
Objection!
This is ridiculous! Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. Why did it go back to pain? Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. Stop kissing the freaking Magatama key. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. What? What was that, Mr. Understanding? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You wanna go? You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You call my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that. What the? What on earth, that music? It's making my ears bleed. What the actual? Where'd you get the amps? This is the music of my soul. Take another screen. Ah. No, frick. What the? Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to Yo, I love this music! I'm sorry, I just have to like bop to the music. This is pretty good. Even though he literally just told us that he's gonna take us to heck. He's dripping with lies, running Philistines. I'm going to send that lord into the guillotines. Still, oh, Philistines. Oh, Philistines. Freaking, I can't speak. And now for something completely different. That plinky punk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lies exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. Why do you have a different text thing? Is it Undertale? All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry about the lawyer. I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are... Oh my god! This freaking rock and rollin' hippie Jesus looking guy. It's this freaking... Oh, dude, you're going down. Keep making noise, and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Swinging bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of these this peanut gallery. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Oh my god! Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper still screaming truth. Oh my god, okay. The priestess dance had come to an end. To the music store room, my way I did wend. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me. Oh, my mic almost like got disconnected. Yippee. Wah. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw Pat's roll. After Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet. Back to by the storeroom can't be beat. Then out went the power, tick to midnight, blacker than black sets, black robin all sight. Yeah, let's let that soul metal flow. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is demo on metal! Hey yo, geezer. Hey yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills and they're multiplying. You scared, lawyer man? Run away fast as you can. Don't start singing! What a wonderful rhythm! The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I went to put my Damelon away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the right. Ah. But then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to... Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admit I went to the storeroom, he'd be drumming up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to heck. What do you say? He's right, that's so what happened. Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Crane? Yeah, you said it! Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Nope. Now are you punks ready to rock or what? Holy frick! I love this so much. This is cool. I can't hear you! I said you're ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here? Alright then, I'm gonna lay it on you still one more time. The scream is truth of my soul. Oh my god, I was not expecting this pain to go. Yeah. That freaking killed me. Your freaking voice just went deep, man. Or your text box thing. Okay. You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof, and yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either! You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom, isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by an icy stares from every direction? The silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bide this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess danced and went to the music storeroom. The truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. Okay, that... From my spawn in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep into the treasure room. And trailing from behind... Okay. Oh my god.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya. What's that saying about people who live in the glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he looked furtive.
Objection!
Furtive. Yeah. The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Wrong. Husband Pestlibin knows the score. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, ours only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for a good boy, God boy here. And much. See you next, Mr. Understanding. Pestable understand.
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound the scent like hunting dog, cause you know, Raoul was a guard and all, and... Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came from me suddenly like a flash and... That's okay, you don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked! I knew I shouldn't have asked. I didn't know. And Mr. Understanding, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Damelon class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on. Slash and thrash.
Hold it!
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? He's just shredded. There, get the picture? Picture? What picture? Mr. Understanding is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey kids, you got it in one. Take a bow. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it? Now, when power... Okay.
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Lawyer man, just as always, so full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar through and through, and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you. Utter lies with no evidence, as always. His claims are just tenuous. I love this case so much. Hey, nice, prosecutor. Picking up what you're throwing down. Why did the music almost sound... It sounds so familiar. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Someone stop their jam session, please. Ah, you've made your assertion clear, defense, but your arguments is rather unsustained. That's not good. What's so funny, Peslibin and plausible understand? I swear to God. Understanding. Nevertheless, possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Well, that's right. But he took that chance. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take the advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. You're right, even I would know someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, you claim it's completely without merit, unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. contend the witness could have made the power outage happen with no magic necessary. What? You have a theory defense. All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? Oh my god, it's the freaking... it was the breaker. I'm gonna save this case, like, I have to click on the word breaker or whatever.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom and end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck onto Mr. Raw and hit him. In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever. Is that what you're saying? You could have used the treasure box. But the lights off in the hallways is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless there was somebody standing right in front of the victim like the accused. I hate when he's right. I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness. Something. That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse. Oh my god. Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do I do? Can you present us to something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? I can. Don't freaking present it now. Yes, I can, because there has to be something. All right, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have holding that serves as a guide through the darkness? Give me the treasure box.
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Defense? Are we going to be needing those tongue cheers after all? No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it, then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man, while you still have a tongue to scream with. I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it could easily be explained as thus. Brainy, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was a devoted believer oh my god. He was the thief. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief? What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran to Albie on the Great Stairs. That's when Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? You're an unbelievable lawyer, man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll tried to roll the temple. That devoted believer, that pious Christ. I want to lie with this regard the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. Hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof, something that would have been involved with the theft, and that might still have some trace evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Freaking... It was forced open and contains stolen goods. Treasure box, treasure box.
Take that!
The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might? You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Hey, we back in the Matrix. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this. Go right to the evidence with the arrow keys. Also use B and W, E and M to zoom in and out. If I ever get too turned around, I can always use reset to return things to its initial state. You better search every inch of this box carefully and examine everything of interest and detail with space. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. Anything down here? Nope. The lid of the box was forced open, but while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can, no sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So when to go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else to note about it. This blood stain. It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a blood stain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand onto the box.
Objection!
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lurid deceit. What do you mean? Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears, or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit instead. That I did not see coming. I'm gonna fight you, Pain. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit it to your evidence at this time. Well, evidence shows that the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand. This?
Take that!
I've got it! This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. What proves that the bloodstain outlined on the box is out of the victim's hand, you ask? Oh wait, that was Phoenix. I was like, what?
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. Enhance. See this? That's blood. What? If you place Mr. Roll's hands inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it could prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. Wait, so then there's another. Okay, so that's not the true murder weapon. I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense asserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious! What? I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it's painfully impossible for... Oh! Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Miss Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Why you? Eat dirt, Payne. Eat it. So there must have been a different. There was a murder weapon. That wasn't the true one. So we don't know what the murder weapon was. Ah, frick, wait, I think I know. I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll! I can't believe it! I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me... Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Oh, Mr. Roll.
Objection!
Oh. Now wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Well, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else. The blood was thought to have gone on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood spot on the treasure box the victim was holding... Ah, frick. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understandin'? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man done in by a weapon. For you miserable wretch, heck doth beckon. I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty, yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer! This is it, the moment of truth. I can't back down now. Back down, not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us this piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly, if I knew which one it was. Or would somebody like understanding use to bludgeon someone? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used. I know what to...
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility, but this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, This thing here is odd to say the least. It's his guitar. I'm gonna be really precise with this, or else I'm gonna frick it up.
Take that!
Mr. Understanding, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Damlon was your one and only. Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Now, after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. He's sweating. Oh, come on! My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Damlon to this court as evidence. Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes. No! Frank! God dang it! He's already destroyed the evidence. Yeah, I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of heck. Lawyer trash. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Your agonies can sound better than that. Where's that great scream of yours? What are you doing? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. Seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But your majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. There's the pained expression that I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Understanding of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanding's perpetrated motive of murder goes out the window. Ah, frick! Great point, prosecutor, you tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? But wait. Okay, if you're the one that clobbered him. Wait, then where's the treasure? It's still missing, ain't it? Because it wasn't in the box. There's no good counter-argument to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good! Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. Jesus Christ. What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Or Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you wasted this court's time and disregarded everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with less majesty, in addition to the crime of abiding the accused. Yeah, you should pay for discrediting my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. This guy's guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll. But what? Come on, people. Let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out. Exterminate! Annihilate! Exterminate! Annihilate! Oh my god. frick this. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. Oh wait, it was already missing when Albie was trying to... I figured it out. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to... Ah! The fence was gone into you. Now I get it, and now it all makes sense. Like, Kunka, man? What you trying to say? Muttering schooling to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. I'm always freaking, like, losing it upstairs, alright? I cross-examined a bird. Your Majesty, please hold off your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, defense voiced this misconception you mentioned. The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? What? Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran to Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time, so why then did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Now, all Your Majesty, that once you realize that, by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box is already empty. I beg your pardon. Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gone to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran to the boy on the stairs.
Objection!
But how could the victim have known the treasure box is empty? He didn't have any way of opening
Objection!
it. Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of the guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he looked at it that the box is empty. I see. I guess I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with the Mr. Understanding? My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed, because he decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd! Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just colossal joke. So then what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred by Mr. Peasant and the stand-ins himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing the box open box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. What? The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope. Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims? Whoa! This is all bull! My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode! Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it. This lawyer is a lying scumbag! You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock. Death to the lying lawyer. Steal the founder's orb. Me. I did it. This lying lawyer's insults no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred due to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, condemned him to heck. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. That would have rhymed, but I don't say that word. Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box is forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives. I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this. Mr. Wright. Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya together. It's a deal. I can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow I have to prove that only Understanding could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil.
Hold it!
But the argument that the orb was already gone before the murder fits all the facts. It's no use even talking to you. Where's your proof that I stole the orb? Huh, lawyer trash? He's right. I don't have any proof yet, but I'll find some. Okay, so this... Your sacred duty, huh? The problem with that is that I don't think you really are a true believer. Why, you? How dare you question my faith? It's downright insulting. I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with the intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you? I've had all the insults I can take out of you, lawyer trash. But you're the one who can open the treasure box. You just keep on arguing the same old lie. I sing the truth, hear my battle cry.
Hold it!
The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on. You just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way to the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's... Oh, there could be a different way if that key was busted. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. So you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come to expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, defense. The Kingdom of Karine is not some sort of fantasy funland. I sure I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. And yet... Yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way. A new verse, please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Understanding. Your method to open the lock, you say? Okay, if there is another method to open the lock, I'm going to look around to see. Okay, that's the thing open. I can't look at it. Dang, okay.
Hold it!
Delusional am I? We'll see about that. Well, ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowning in confusion. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoings has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What will it be for this sinner's flight of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh really? And where exactly is that secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... Oh! Maybe there's something to the key that we didn't use. Because we thought like, oh, it could have been from the top. That's why it didn't work. It could be the key. It's... Maybe the key? There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it if you please. You don't know when to quit, do ya? Here, go ahead. Examine it all you like. Nothing. I don't see a thing. Well, defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you, didn't I tell ya? Yes, yes, you told me. There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right, he desecrated the box by opening without using this Matama key. Wait, what did he just say? I'll sing as many times as I'll have to. I get it through your thick lawyer's skull. Only the Matama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Yeah. Wait, oh, that's not the real key. For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? If I have to, carve into your brain, lawyer man. Ooh, okay. When the Matama key unlocks the treasure, force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Okay, I think I know what to present.
Objection!
Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Matama key, didn't you? But didn't you originally say it was the Magatama key? Oh! The Matama key? What's that? I don't know, Your Majesty. But apparently, it's a rather crucial question. What? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing, so what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for an effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What say you, defense? It isn't an important detail. Judging by Understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Matama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. It's insignificant. You were riding the crazy train to nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense. To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I'm eager to find out. What? Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it's an absolutely important detail, I think. Because the Matama key is connected to the founder's orb. Is there anything... Wait. Wait! Is that key... Is that off? Does that look off? No, okay, I was like losing it. Oh! When the butterfly embraces the Matama... Oh! Okay. Wait. No, let me look at the dang thing. I thought the butterfly, like, that one little butterfly was, like, so suspicious. Like, why is there just one different one out of everything else? Because the Matama key is connected to the founder's orb. See very well in that case. Please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim. The grounds, Your Majesty. You can, of course, show grounds. Can you not, defense? Of course. What else can I say? You have to come up with something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. The Matama key... Matama... There has to be something somewhere that ties Matama and the orb together. I know what it is. Don't keep me waiting, defense. Evidence shows the connection between the Matama key and the founder's orb. Oh my god, it's the song's... A ceremony. With Dragons and Tiger Battle, the Founders offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Matama, the favor of the orb is bestowed.
Take that!
It's the freaking lyrics! What's that? The Song of Ceremony. All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Qur'anism, but hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how it really opened the treasure box. Holy mother! Holy mother! But how can that be defense? The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to Mitamaki. Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean... He's been calling this key the Magatama key. That's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. And I suppose you know the right way. I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first... Flip it... Oh! Wait. Oh! Yeah, it has to be up... Oh my god. Okay, you have to flip it vertically. No, frick it. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this... it becomes the Chinese symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama. Well, Ma, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit in the lock that way. Oh, I know it is. I know it is. I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. There must be some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see. What were the words of the Song of Ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the Mitama key actually be used? Spin this sucker around!
Got it!
My goodness! The treasure box! It really opened! No way, man! What? No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box! It's all over, Mr. Payne. How so? Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. And then what you're saying is... neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They were therefore had no way to steal in the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Pezzolin and the stand-in. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so there can only be one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding, you're the one who killed Mr. Roll! Oh! cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh! Curse him. It's all his fault. Why'd he have to try to steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with that box? On the way to the storeroom after morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me? I couldn't let. I had to stop him. What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. No, my perfect, unblemished record destroyed. Incredible pain ruined. No! Oh, he's completely bald! Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace! I said peace! Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, Albie or Guide, not guilty. There's still quite a commotion. The people from the gallery shows no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty. I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable. Mr. Wright! Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. I was touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country, but how did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least I wish I could explain, but I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights. Right. Rifa, the royal priestess. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence's divination sciences, lawyers are still unnecessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Mr. Wright! Shh! Huh? Don't say that so loud! People might think you're a rebel! You could be arrested! A rebel? That's right, one of those people going against our queen in the court system. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. Who is this guy? Oh, he's scary. And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk, I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. Was he defense? The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say, but you're not scary like that Dirk guy. Pardon the intrusion. You, I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Chinese Minister of Justice. The name's Igna Kraku Krine. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system, Defense Culpability Act and all. Minister Igna, how are you, sir? Run along, mini-monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh? Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll is a seasoned thief. A repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it, and they found all the stuff he'd pilfered right there in his digs. But he seems such like a nice man. Why would Mr. Roll? Why, Mr. Roll? Why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. Had my men check out that and stand-in's fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on their head monk, apparently. So they gave up the founder's orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, say, White. That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 20 years. Making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift. Oh, well Yikes, I'm in it for now. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on this thin ice, you get my drift. Even though dirty no-good and punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Yikes, he was kind of scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour. Tour? Oh, anytime, sir! We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still lots more temples to see, and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used to... Oh... And there he goes. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. Maya, I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay.
So, how about that not guilty, Dirk? I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
What the fudge? What the actual fudge? Yes, save my current progress. The magical turnabout. Okay. No, okay, no, we go return the game menu. Oh! Are we gonna see? Oh! Oh, I really want to do that now, but no. This is where I end the stream because I don't want to make it. It's almost like gonna be 4 hours in like 20 minutes, so no. I'm gonna end the stream here. Hope y'all have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see ya next time.